Hey everybody, Asen, you're funny. You caught a live, Asen. I feel like it has been a minute since I've seen you. DNV, Kazaa, Phoenix Rising. Yeah, shout out to the mods always. Mods on every channel. Honestly, I don't care if they're my mods or somebody else's mods. Mods work really hard. Hey Trixie, Rogue Hedgie, I love you too. I've missed you. Sarah from Cali, CJ Harris, Marion Calabro's here. Boodakaboo. What time is it right now where you are? It's early in the morning where you are. Same with you, Helena. I hope you're feeling better. I need to have a catch-up call with you, by the way. Nicole the Kiwi, Mara's here, Marissa Martin, Meredith Lynn, Allie, Nita's Nook. Who else is here? Ursina. I love you, Ursina. I haven't gotten my results back yet. Ursina. Paula Pendley. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Joanne Ventrilla. Aria's here, Carol Barnhart, Sherry N. Hey, Snake, Cece, Armine. We're going to have a talk soon, too, you and I. Amber's Glass, Alex Moore, Lydia Krause, Ann Jones, Asen, Catherine B. I love her. Charcoal Ninja. Hey, Sophia. Janetta, welcome. Candace, also known as Mark Barker, Gemini Girl, Arkansas Flamingo. 8 a.m. Okay, yeah, I knew it was early. I'm starting to get used to that with all my Aussie friends. Jennifer Folsom. Hey, Leslie Girl. Bigsy's here. Christy Lynn Wilson. Silver Bird. I hope you got my message back. Guys, I spent a lot of time yesterday responding to messages. I mean, a lot of time, and it felt so good. And I fell out of that, and I'm back into it because it is kind of more where I'm at right now. I'm in a weird place. I'm in a weird effing place. Hey, Mary Barons, Jay's aunt. Did you change your name? You changed it. That's funny. It's more legible now for me. J9, Pam Fredette, Alicia. I love you, girl. Hey, Jin Jin. I will, Ursina. Karen Tootie Greeny, Kat K. Sylvia Perez. NH Carol's with us. Libby Jackson. Cheryl Ford, driving fan. Hey, Abigail. Joe Banks. Charlotte came in. Beach Bum Beagles here. Jeannie Hansen. Kelly C. Hey, Simone. Yeah, I knew that. I knew this. I noticed. Hey, Catalina, the little dog, also known as Ladina. I call her that too sometimes. She's doing okay. She's being weird. I don't think she's fully healed. She's not fully eating, but she's eating. So I don't know. We're just not back to normal yet. But you know what? This whole house isn't back to normal. Hey, busy Bumblebee, we're just not. I hear a cat, but then again, I always hear a cat. I feel like there's 40 cats in this house. As much as I have to vacuum, it's unreal. I just vacuumed a couple hours ago, and I already see a giant thing tuft, if you will, of cat hair. Hey, baby steps. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. Nita's Nook, honestly. I get nervous about it, but at the same time, news like that is very upsetting, but at the same time, what isn't anymore, honestly? Nicole the Kiwi's on New Zealand time. I was just talking about moving there. J9, what does the word plectrum mean? Is that a plectrum necklace? What does that mean? Hey, Tina Serlin, good to see you, girl. Been feeling more out of sorts than usual lately. I've been taking, I did our daily constitutional. Hey, Lena in love. I have 3 cats, but it feels like a lot more. Panko, good to see you, girl. Hey, huzzah, Heather. Did our daily walk, and I've really been getting into my walks. Hey, Antonia Wyatt. Oh, is it a guitar pick? Never heard of the word plectrum in my life. Hey, Muff. No, it is like enamel. It's actually very heavy. It's quite heavy. Hey, Lumen. And of course, it's the RR for Relatable Reese. What's funny, I had a credit with this company and I'd forgotten all about it because it was from last Black Friday, I think. And I got an email that I still have a credit. Thank you, Panko. And I was going to, this is custom, of course. You can pick whatever letters you want. I almost did a different letter than the R. And it's weird because, hey, Tony Suter. Hey, Amy Dag, Sassy Dad Con, Liz Tricks. Wow, I didn't think you'd be in here. Hey, Rhonda McNeil. I almost did a different letter. I almost went with what I shouldn't have. And it's weird that I didn't. It's weird that I did not. I thought, it's probably not a good idea. And it's intuition talking to you there. Is Shark Week coming? It is not. It is not. Been having some problems there, actually. Rowan Robbins, Galen, welcome. Well, my God, thank you, Galen. I'm lagging. Is something wrong with my computer? I'm so sick of the crap. Hey, Cheryl Ford. Thanks, Panko. Hey, Marlugo. Time to change. Welcome. I'm not lagging. Okay. It's fine there. Okay. Thank you, Muffet Lou. I wasn't going to go live today. I'm actually thinking about taking some time off and just speaking to each one of you. Hey, Puka Vista. Each one of you, Maria Parker, individually. Hey, Carol Barnhart, Chris 10M. I spent hours yesterday talking to you guys one-on-one, just individually, emails, Facebook Messenger, text. Am I starting menopause? Funnily enough, you would have thought that, but no, I'm still quite fertile, as it turns out. So I'm thinking about, I feel out of sorts. And Marissa Martin, I wasn't going to go live. Thank you for saying that. But of course, Asen. But I thought, you know what? There are people who really like to enjoy the chat. There you go, like Panko. Thank you, Panko. Glad you went live. It makes my day. You cheer us up. Hey, Brian Lucas. Yeah, J9 for sure. Yeah, Ursina, don't worry, guys. I'm still going to continue to go live. It's just I don't quite feel like myself. I don't quite feel right in the world. I don't feel right with certain relationships. I feel I've been talking to my Scientology friend, and I really, really feel close to this person, and I'm enjoying him so much. Hey, Pat Jonas, and it feels so much more like a real relationship to talk to. I don't know how else to put it, but it's like there's trust built in. That's a weird thing to say. I realize it's hey, hobby, G. You do you, boo. Yeah. Force of delightful nature. Good one, Brian Lucas. Thank you, Panko. I went through a lot in the last few years. Yeah. Didn't seem like a lot to me, but just seemed like the normal a lot. Just everybody goes through a lot. That's what I think. Yeah, Panko, we speak the same language. Snake, that's such a nice thing to say. But coming out of Scientology is more thank you, Rhonda McNeil, is more Aaron and I, when we talk privately, yeah, we do switch to Scientology language. Almost everybody I talk to behind the scenes that was a Scientologist or is a Scientologist, we do flip to the language. It's just natural. But I don't go live anymore if I don't feel it. And yesterday I just didn't feel it. Thank you, Mara. That's a great piece of advice. Thank you, DNV. You and I have chatted privately for sure. It's just the outside world is very different to me than Scientology, and I'm seeing that more and more. I am flooded now. In the last year and a half, I replaced every relationship I had, which was Scientologists, almost every single one. Hey, Time Arc, with non-Scientologists, which I can count on one hand the relationships I had with non-Scientologists. That's kind of freaky, even as I say that outside in my mouth, out of my mouth. Forget it. You know what I mean? Brian Lucas. Yes, it does, my friend. Yes, it does. Jeff, Michelle, Ryan. I mean, if you want to count my mom, that was probably about it for me. As far as my circle of people was a giant circle, a big bag of Scientologists. And I mean, closer than close, right? Because everybody knows everything about you when you're in Scientology, everything. Hey, Holiday. Yeah, I was chatting with you. Everything is known in the Scientology bubble about each other. I mean, everything, guys. Like I knew 2D, the 2D, your significant other, your partner, what have you in Scientology, that's the term for it, husband, wife, whatever. I knew everybody's 2D problems. I knew very deep personal things. And somehow that still feels like a safe place for me. Meaning I have forcefully stepped out, and now I am flooded with non-Scientology relationships, which is not the same thing. And I treat it as if it was, thanks, Pat Jonas. I treat you guys just like I would have treated, I do. That's a great question. Yes. Do you feel like an alien among us? Yes. Yes, I don't know the habits. I don't know your language yet, and I think I do. And then I find that people on the outside world, um, yeah, Panko, are not all of them, by God, not all of them, but people are not who they say they are. And I don't feel like that was the case for me in Scientology. You definitely were mm, trying to think of a time. Like, was I shocked? Was I shocked? People didn't shock me in Scientology. Even my own father, guys, my own dad was like, I never want to talk to you again. Don't call me dad. As a matter of fact, don't call me at all. Find your own financial way and don't look at me and don't talk about me and never ever speak to me again. Did that hurt more than anything I've probably ever experienced at the time? Anyway, I was 16. But even that, you got to give him credit for. I give my dad credit for two things. He had an excellent taste in music. Thank you, Supertramp, Van Morrison, the Stylistics, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, all kinds of good stuff there. He also did and followed through with what he said he was, which was a deadbeat dad. He pretended to really love me and then dropped me like a hot potato, but at least he said it. At least he made it very clear that he was like, I think you're a worthless piece of trash. Don't ever. And he said that. He said, you are the most degraded criminal being on planet Earth. As a matter of fact, his words were, I can't believe I have 3 daughters and they're the 3 most degraded beings on planet Earth. But I can't tell you how much he looked me in the eye and said, you are a degraded criminal and I don't want to know you. I don't want to have anything to do with you. As sad as that is, that was the truth. That's what he said. Do you guys remember the day he pulled up when I was going to go to a funeral and he handed me my baby book that he had written in since the day I was born, handed it to me when I was probably 17. And he said, I won't be needing this anymore. Nothing probably broke my heart more than the things he did to me, right? But we have to give him some credit. He didn't pretend to be somebody else. He put it right out there. He didn't wear a mask. He put it right out there. He made it very clear. I hate you. You're a degraded being. You're a criminal, degraded being. That's why we say DB Crim. Crim was actually not a word that I, came up with who I used to do Colts and Crims with. That wasn't from that. That's a Scientology term that we used. I was a DB Crim. He would call me that for short, a DB Crim. God, I love that. Reese, you are finding out people have secrets. Scientologists can't have secrets. Damn. Hey, Lisa Vining. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. People out here are full of secrets and they keep shit up their sleeves. And then I have to find out about it the hard way. And I mean, a lot of people. You suffered for that? Probably. Yeah, I probably did. Don Gloves, thank you for the hot sauce packets, babe. That is so nice of you. Hey, Hannah Banana. People are effing weird. People are so weird. Hey, Chris Sheehan. If you're watching, the person who just sent me that text, that's very kind. I will respond when this is over. Thank you. No. Can you tells you a lot more about him than you as a daughter. Can you even imagine saying something like I can't imagine saying like that something like that to anybody. But yeah, no, I would never say something like that to my kid. Um but again, we have to look at something real quick. Hey, Lori Lee, how do you guys, SPTV Foundation, verify that the person contacting you is genuine and not Scientology? I don't know the vetting process that Aaron goes through there. That's a good question, Marlugo. By the time, I mean, I just go off of my gut, but I'm not the one who makes the decision on that. I'm sure that Aaron and Mike Brown go through some kind of a vetting process as the vice president or whatever his post is, secretary, and then Aaron is the president. I'm not really sure. That's a good question, actually. Thank you for your super chat. Yeah, clients who lie to your face, Panko, that's got to be weird. Um, People are really not who they say they are, though, out here as much. And I find that fascinating. I want to study it more, as heartbreaking as it is. And I have really experienced some heartbreak. Just probably more recently than ever because it's taken this long for me to develop and build these relationships since I got out, right? So I've only been out a year and a half. I've only been doing all of this and in the real world a year and a half. Now that we're at this point, I have really made some deep connections with some people and some are still going strong. Don't get me wrong. Some, though, really, really shocked me. Some really rocked me as far as like, whoa, that you didn't do what you said. You're not who you say you are. Just straight up. Like you are absolutely, if not, some people I've met are the absolute opposite of what they told me they were. Imagine that. Not just a little bit, not like, well, that's a red flag. Hey, Cheryl Roberts, I'm talking about, hey, love yourself, total opposite. Like you said this and you turn around and did the opposite. That's something I'm not really used to. And I'm not really willing to, I, Mm. I don't know. It really makes me think about that stream I did with my one friend, Michelle, and how she was like, you've always been very closed up. You've never had any friends. Um, and maybe that's kind of where I want to go back to because as much as I appreciate the relationships that I've made, and even the ones that have been betrayal, it's the word I'm going to use. It's the truth. Um, I learned something from it. I took something away. Some of these good people that came along and then ended up being betrayers, betraying me. I at least learned stuff from them. Some of them during that time, I'm thankful and grateful for what I got to know, what I got to understand. But there's nothing I really can't stand more than like a liar. I don't like people who lie. I know that a lot of people who hate me or decided they hate me think I'm a liar. You know, I am flawed in so many ways. I realize I have so many faults. I'm so aware of it. Trust me, I focus on them all the time and I want to work on them. But one thing I would say is I do not consider myself a liar. I don't think I'm a liar. Hey, K-Fake. I think if anything, I overshare too much. I give too much truth that I then end up paying for and going, I probably shouldn't have done that. It's hard for me to not share everything with you guys. And there's things I'm not sharing. I feel like I put too much in that. Yeah, I don't like a liar either. Panko. I really can give grace for a lot of things. Lying is not one of them. Hey, Linda Garden Lady. Blow drill. Hey, oversharing can be a trauma response. That's what I'm hearing. That's what I've heard. That's a good point. Probably a damn cat hair. There's just nothing. It's just a tornado of cat hair all the time anymore. You are trying to learn in a year, a lifetime of what we learned in school and at work. Yes, I am. And I should not develop any more relationships with anyone on the outside world. I guess until I learn not to be so trusting. I feel like I over trust, and I have shared so much with so many people, and then I again, oh man, I have to say, I give my father as much as I don't hate my dad. It's weird. I thought about this the other day. I was like, who do I hate? Hate is a real big one for me. I don't think I hate anybody, especially more lately. It's hard to do. My dad's a tough one. A lot of people who have let me down lately, I really try to look at it as it's a them, not me problem. Like, I don't want to look at it like, well, I'm not flawed, they are. That's not what I mean by that. But I do mean like some people were not meant to be in my life because they have insecurities, right? Or something got triggered and it made them go away and want to betray me or leave or shit talk or whatever it is. It's not always our fault. Sometimes the other person, thank you, antics of a mama squirrel. But with my dad, what I've been trying to do is giving grace, is what I'm saying. I would love to run into my dad, and there's a good chance I would. He lives 20 minutes from me. I'd love to run into him. But when this happens, I really try to break it down. As we all know, I overthink. I really try to break it down and go, well, they're going through something. Like, it wasn't me. They're working something out through me, right? A lot of times, like maybe they didn't get enough attention from me. Maybe there's something that I said that upset them, but instead they chose to blow up the relationship and just go nuts and ape shit. I don't know. My dad, no, my dad doesn't live in Kansas City, Hannah Banana. My dad lives here. And I don't live in Kansas City. I'm sorry. Maybe you haven't been on for a while. I live in Tennessee now. But a lot of times I try to really break it down. My dad met Huxley once in Scientology at an event in Omaha. There was a tiny, I don't know if I've ever shared this with you guys. It's hard. There was a tiny window of time that my father came back into my life. I'm not sure I ever shared that with you guys. I never talk about it. I never think about it. My dad came back into my life once when I had my own apartment. I think I was like 22. And he stuck around for about a year. And then I went to Omaha when I was like 25. We stopped talking again. And then I went to Omaha and I visited him when Huxley was like 6 months old. And then I visited him at an event when Huxley was like a year and a half. And that was absolutely wild for me. Hey, Marcia. Marlugo, it's understandable, Reese. If you feel that you need to pull back and for now keep the few that you trust, it's a normal decision. Yeah, and I may have to do that, Marlugo. I don't know. I don't know where I stand with people. And that makes me want to just close it up really good. Thank you for your super chat. I haven't shared that before. That was a bizarre time. Katie Fulton, I love that picture of you, girl. And I love that kimono so much. You are one of the most gorgeous women I've ever seen, Katie. You are stunning. And your personality is it's just all the whole package. Huxley, no, he does not want a relationship with my dad. I'm not sure that he even remembers my dad. Hey, Deborah Ricci. But what I was trying to say, and I had never thought of this before, there's sometimes when I'm live with you guys, I say things and I'm like, wow, I just realized that in real time. I had never pondered that. And all I do is ponder. Um, yeah, blow drill. All the recent things that have come about with relationships I've had with people, I really am trying hard not to go. I'm trying to well, like when Brenda, my mother-in-law, disconnected from me and I never heard from her again. I sent her a text and I said, I accept your disconnection with love. I meant that. I accept a lot of people's disconnections from me with love, right? People have disconnected from me, and that is nothing new. I accept that anyway. But I'm trying to see it more for what it is. People are good even if they betrayed me or did something to be harmful to me. I don't hate anybody, but I'm focusing on my dad for a minute. I have a hard time saying, well, he's going through something. Or, well, I tend to make excuses for people. This one's a tough one for me. He had 3 daughters and he kicked us all to the curb. And he treated us all really badly throughout our lives while we were connected to him. So that's a tough one for me. I like to think of him as I really don't like to call people evil, but I do believe there are evil people. I'm sure it exists. I'm sure I'm just naive to it. But I do feel like in his scenario, I'll never forget. I will never forget him standing 3 stairs down from me at the Church of Scientology in Kansas City when I was 16. And he was on those marble stairs. And I remember bawling. And I was like, Dad, don't leave. And he was like, don't call me dad. Don't ever talk to me again. He said, don't call me. I'm not your father. I'm disconnecting from you. He said, find your own financial way. And I remember just sobbing. And I was like, do not leave me. Are you kidding? This guy had been in my life for 16 solid years. I mean, he was the only parent that I really had. It was really quite wild. It was a wild experience for someone to flip a switch and go, I'm done. I'm done with you. But again, at least, hey, Joanne Hawley. At least he was who he said he was. It sounds like an excuse. He was just trying to get rid of you. Nah, those are other men in my life for sure. Have been doing that lately. Nah, that wasn't the case. I don't believe that was the case. He was following his heart and what he knew in his training in Scientology. My dad was the most diehard Scientologist I ever knew. I don't think he was trying to get rid of me. I really don't. Thank you, Marlugo. Guys, it's okay. It's been a long time. I'm not even crying about it anymore. AJ Powers was Amy Powers. Okay. Just tuning in. Sounds like a heavy one. Hope this can treat you to something that, oh, that's so nice, girl. Thank you, Amy Powers. I appreciate that. Guys, it's so I can talk about this without even crying anymore. It's also, there's so many fucking people that have left my life since that it's just nothing to me. People don't mean as much to me because of that. And so then we cut all the ties with the Scientologists, and then I enter into the real world kind of against my will. I didn't really want to do it, but here we are, and I'm glad I did, and it all turned out great, except for the Scientological people that have never been in Scientology. They practice the same policies, apparently. There are some people who I have met who are like, cutting ties, I'm done. I don't want anything to do with you, which is fine. Again, that's old hat for me. I don't care. But my mom hates my father, hates him, absolutely hates him. Hey, pepperoni nips. Yeah. I mean, and we can't make sense of it. You make a good point. You are a parent. It's impossible to understand. Perfectly imperfect. That's a great point that you make. I couldn't do any of the things he did. That was the worst thing he did. He also left me all the time for days at a time when I was 7 years old, 8 years old. So, I mean, no, you're right. There's all kinds of things he did that I'm like, he should be in jail for that. But no, no, no. I get it. Maybe that's why I'm so desensitized to it. Boodakaboo, thank you. Thank you. That's really nice, guys. I love it when you do that. Thank you. Um, boy, what a topic. I didn't even really go, I had no intention of going into this. And I think about the time that I did talk to him when I was single. I had my own apartment. What a weird time that was. I hadn't seen him or spoken to him, and he was totally flipped. He was such a different person. But the reason I titled this video, All in All, We're Just Like You, is because I'm an SP. I'm a declared SP. There's nothing worse when it comes to the Church of Scientology. That is, they LRH equates that to Hitler. Like it's the same type of person in a Scientologist's eyes. It doesn't get much worse than that. There's not a lot that anybody's going to be able to do to me outside of that and TR training. I mean, but I'm disappointed in non-Scientology people. Like, I feel let down in a lot of ways. I was kind of excited to get to know people outside of Scientology because I thought this will be different for me. This is going to be people who love you unconditionally. Now, 99% of them are, but I've met some very special to me that captured my heart that are not who they say they were. Andrew, hey, a sad truth that I myself very much so struggle with is you are only ever going to truly know a couple of people. Ugh, that is sad. Those are your tribe and you cherish them. Very hard lesson to learn. That is depressing. Thank you for that, Andrew. But you're absolutely right. Have I shared why he came back into my life? No, and I will. I have no problem sharing. I honestly forgot about it because I think it hurts more than anything else. But all in all, we're just like you, is what I'm saying. Dylan's in here. He's a declared, I think you're declared, Dylan. I assume you're declared. Being a declared SP is the worst possible thing. Now, to you guys, it's not, because you don't know what it is. And you didn't grow up with that hanging over your head. And you didn't grow up with that. It was the worst possible scenario. You knew the stakes, you knew the losses. You rarely heard about anybody getting declared. But if you did, it was like, oh my God, they're going to cause cancer all over the world to everybody. It's a true belief that an SP is the darkest, most evil-hearted character you could ever come across. Now, again, to you guys, it's like, I saw someone say, you're our favorite SP, Reese. That's so sweet. I love it. But it isn't, it's a real thing on the inside of Scientology. It's the scariest thing I could think of growing up. It was the scariest thing I could think of. It was not something I ever thought would happen to me. And here we are on October 24th with 423 people in here. And I am a declared SP. And there's still a bit of a sting to that. There's still a bit of a sting to that. I don't expect you guys to understand. Yeah, Dylan. Okay, I thought so. My sisters and my mother are not declared. No. I mean, for fun, they might have declared them now in present time because I got declared, but I wouldn't know because I don't go to the org. Beata, Reese, do you think that's in Scientology, things are always either black or white, all or nothing, and many shades of gray of real life are more complicated and confusing? Yeah, 100%. And I still believe that. I still think that way. I'm still very black and white. I still am terrified of being rejected and abandoned and left. So I will be the one to push people away first. I did that in my marriage to Jeff. I did that in my relationship with Tommy all the time, around the clock. I was like, if this isn't working for you, I'm out. So that's cool. I can leave. Things are very black and white. There is no anything but. It's extreme black and white. As a matter of fact, I feel like I could say I'm seeing color for the first time. Things are so, we work in absolutes in Scientology. There just isn't any other way. The stakes are too high. We're saving mankind. We are clearing this planet. That's how we talk. That's how we think. Get it done. There's no excuses, just results. That is not, I'm not embellishing. That's not being dramatic. It is extremely black or white. down, hey, Becky USA, down to your children. So if you're not going to be on purpose in this lifetime, you're out the door. Cut your losses and get a new kid, or cut your losses and get rid of all three of your kids and just don't say you have any kids like my dad did. It is not, I need a card. It is absolutely nothing to mess around with. We are here doing one thing and one thing only. And if you're not on purpose, if you're not productive and on board, if you're being counteractive, counterintuitive, counterproductive, you're out. It's that simple. I don't care if you're my mom. I don't care if you're my son. You are done. People get divorced like hotcakes because if you're not operating standard procedure, it's over. We almost see like you would see those scanner things in the Matrix. I'm not trying to be crazy, but it's like there is no love. There's no warmth. There's no softness. My dad turned around, looked at me and said, "Don't ever speak to me again. I'm not your father." I was 16 years old. He had no problem looking me in the eyes and going, "Don't ever call me again. Find your own fucking way. You're degraded being criminal, and I never want to speak to you again. And I'm embarrassed that you're my child." Who could say that to a friend? Like, who could say that to anyone? But that should tell you right there how black and white things are. This is a business. We are here saving planet Earth. If you're not on board, you're out. It's simple. It's very simple math. You're out and you'll be declared. And if you're declared, you're going to give everybody cancer and you'll amount to nothing. And when you die, you won't probably pick up another body because you're so evil. LRH talked about that. People who were truly evil probably just turned into just dust. Yeah. So it's while everybody kind of laughs about it, SPTV and all that. Sure, it's funny, but it's not. If you came from Scientology, it is the scariest, worst possible outcome for you if you get declared. And I guarantee you, my father is rolling in it. He loves it. I'm sure when someone said, "Hey, Jean, I got some news for you. Are you sitting down?" Reese was declared. I guarantee you he was like, "I knew it. I've been saying this since she was 6 when she had her first sec check. And also, I hope that she dies a horrible death. And I hope she pulls that in soon because she deserves it." I can hear him saying that. He hates me. He would love to see me probably tortured to death. Scientologists have no heart. He would love nothing more than to watch the light go out in my eyes. I promise. That's just how they are. That's just how we are. It's just how it is. I love you, my friend, my true friend. And for that, let's do it. I'm in my revenge era. Uh-oh. I won't stand for people. Oh, okay. Hurting your truly good heart. You can't fake that. I love you, babe. Not leaving you. I'm actually really glad you said that. I worried about you today. So worried that somebody texted me. People are separating left and right. People are dividing up. And that's another reason I was like, all in all, we're just like you. SPs, we're just like you. Just a little different, but we're kind of like you. We're kind of the same. Please let us in. Please let us into your human race. I was worried about it. And somebody texted me and said, "Is Katie Fulton out too?" And I said, "God, I hope not, but we'll see." I didn't think so. Thank you, Katie Fulton. But it's hard to, once you go through that kind of fire. Thank you, Able Traveler. And I'm not here. Hey, Stacia. I'm not here, guys, I really don't like to sell this. I don't even like to talk about it anymore with my dad because I see people, hey, Annika, I see people go, "Oh my God, that's so horrible." You've all been through horrible things too. And don't think I don't know that because I talk to a lot of you privately. I just don't want, this is no different than anything else. That's the way I look at it, but that's also all I know. Is fair game ever justified? I don't believe so. Not in any situation that I've known about. Do you think you being declared an SP justifies your dad's beliefs and treatment of you, or is it he truly that far gone? As a mom, yes. I think my dad has always he's always thought I was an SP. And when I was growing up, as I got a little older and a little older, he would say, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but your mother is a suppressive person. And your sister is a bit of a suppressive person. And you have SP tendencies. Like he would say that shit to us. Now, do I think my dad watches my channel? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If I ran into him right now, first of all, I'd have to identify myself with him. He wouldn't even know who I was. But thank you, Budakaboo. But he would laugh in my face. He would get off on it. He would think it's hilarious. I imagine if I ran into him today, he'd be like, well, if it isn't little Miss SP, and I was right about you, I was right about your mom and your sister, and you're all a bunch of degraded being criminals. Have a good day. Like that, he would just laugh. He would love that he was right about it. He reminds me a lot of my ex-husband. As a matter of fact, he reminds me, there's a lot of tendencies in all the guys I've been with that kind of stem back to him in a lot of ways. Very judgmental, not forgiving, my God, not forgiving, and just very black and white. If you don't do this, bye. If you don't conform and fit and shape and morph into what I want you to be, you're not for me. Now, I've kind of adopted some of those tendencies because of that. Fred never counts. When I'm talking shit about my exes, Fred isn't a part of that. I promise. He's so angelic. It just doesn't ring true. I'm sorry. He's the only person I've ever been with that saw me for me, that didn't judge me and didn't tell me like, this is what you're going to do or bye. Yeah. I love that, Katie. And God, I would be heartbroken if you left me. So thank you for saying that. I mean, I'll tell you guys if you want to know. I can't believe I've never talked about. Hey, Brian Bullen. So my dad is on his 4th marriage. No judgment, guys. No judgment there. Hey, Katie did it. And he got divorced after his 3rd wife. He married his 3rd wife, Kathy Wally. Okay. She had 5 fucking kids, okay, when he married her. And they were little kids when he got married. I was only with Fred for a few years, but we were married only 6 months, Budakaboo. He divorced Kathy. Kathy was OT8. My dad's a real dick swinger. He doesn't actually do anything in Scientology. He likes OT8 women. That kind of puts him up, but he also donates millions of dollars. So when you've got an OT8 on your arm, and then you've got the big money, it's a big power thing. It's a power dick swinging thing. A lot of men are that way, even in the outside world. Like I have a hot woman and I've got the wallet to back it up. I mean, it's a dick swinging move. Thank you, Superstorm Day. It's probably good that I talk about this, honestly. I have been really having a hard time in my head. I've been kind of stuck in my head. I've been overthinking things and blaming myself on shit. It's probably good to unpack this. If you're willing to be here for it, so am I. Hey, Aunt Nene Hobbs. So he marries this woman. Yeah. She looked a lot like Madonna. You want to know something weird? I met her before he did. I flew to St. Hill, Sussex, East Sussex or Grinstead or some shit in England. Your real father is your stepdad. Of course he is. Yeah. My father was dad to a lot of my cousins. They respected him and received love from him more than their true dad. Wow. Yeah. And you're absolutely right, Marlugo. And I love you, girl. Thank you. Thank you for telling us that. And thank you for your super chat. Hey, Rhonda Frank. So I met, you know what's funny? I asked Wyatt. Somebody emailed me the other day and they were like, do you think that you have, some kind of personality disorder? And now I can't think of what it's called. And I was like, I don't know, but thanks for the diagnosis. But anyway, I've talked to Wyatt, my therapist, about this a lot. I'm like, can you diagnose me? What's wrong with me? Like, am I bipolar? Like, am I, schizophrenic? Like, what is it? Can you give me something? And he was like, no, you're not that. I even asked, you guys told me to ask, autism. He was like, you are not autistic. And I said, what's it called? Something personality disorder. I don't know because I came from Scientology and all these words are foreign to me until now. PTSD, uh, disorder, all those things are psych terms we don't use. Borderline personality. Some dude sent me an email, some dude, and he was like, hey, I'm a big fan. I love you, girl. He's like, but I think you should check and see if you have borderline personality. I was like, I tried to get it. I don't have it. I was hoping I could catch it. I don't have that either. I asked him. He said, no way. Wyatt was like, you are not borderline personality. He was like, I love how people try to diagnose you. But he did say, I said, what would you give me? He said, not bipolar, no way. But he did say, if I were to diagnose you with something, it would be attachment disorder. And I was like, actually, that feels right. And you obviously went to school for this. Uh, time arc, memory loss. I did not catch borderline personality disorder either. I tried. I'm trying to be more like you guys. I want to have something too. Everybody tells me what they have. And I'm like, why don't I have anything? How come I'm not in with this? Tony Suter, I love you more than words, girl. And I'm glad we are such good friends. Does my dad drink? No. So he said attachment disorder. Okay, great. That makes a lot of sense, especially recently. Holy shit, if you only knew. That too, Casey. Okay, so I'm going to try to do this quickly. So he gets divorced. So I've got 5 step siblings, by the way. And they're all still in Scientology. And guess where they live? Right here in the promised land, right down the street from me. How fun is that? That was so funny. When I got outed by Aaron, they were gone. They were gone so fast. I never even told you guys that. My attachment disorder is I'm too afraid to be attached to anything or anyone. Not me. If a guy accidentally looks my way, like looks past me trying to get cucumbers or something at Whole Foods, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm right here. Were you looking for me? Hello. And he's like, no, trying to grab the melons. And I was like, squeeze these melons. That's for another time. So my dad gets divorced, right? And it was a big deal because she apparently tried to take him for a lot of money. And you don't do that in Scientology. That's a rule, by the way, guys. I don't know if you know this. A Scientologist is never allowed to sue another Scientologist. Or guess what? Declared. You cannot sue another Scientologist. I crave attention because I never had attention. That's probably true. That's probably true. That's probably why I was sleeping with a 24-year-old when I was 14, honestly. So she takes the house in Chicago and she tries to get 500 grand out of him when they get divorced. This is crazy. Divorce is suing. Yeah, but you got to just keep it hush hush, Shell. So she tries to get 500 grand plus the house he built for her in Chicago. My dad had a house in Omaha. She had a house built in Chicago. So she gets the house. She does not get the 500 grand. Bummer, right? So I don't think it ended well. I don't think that ended well. Well, I can't remember how, but somebody told me he got divorced and I was like, no way, from Kathy? Wow. So I'm a full-blown Scientologist, right? I have an apartment in Kansas City. This was the fun times, guys. I had my own apartment from the age of 19 to about 24. I had a 1-bedroom. I worked 2 jobs. I had a really cute little Chihuahua named Gary. I had a cat named Carmela. There was quite a few gentlemen in my life at the time. I didn't drink, but I would go to bars with friends and be the designated driver. And it was fun for me because I would go and sit and kind of flirt with guys. And then I realized like that was the time that I was using men for sex as validation and hoping something would stick. Like I was hoping for Prince Charming and they wanted a one-night stand. It was really lame, but I did that. That was after I did drugs, after I did meth. I understand that, Katie Fulton, for sure. Love you, Reese. We'll send Facebook Messenger voice message tomorrow. Okay. Hurts to type. Okay. Chin up, gorgeous. And thank you for being you. You're amazeballs. Well, thank you so much, Lydia Krause. I hope you're all right. But I look forward to your message. I've been answering messages like crazy, and I'm enjoying it so much talking to you guys behind the scenes. Who are we to judge? Holy fuck, Ace, and a lot of people actually. There's a lot of people out there that specifically want to judge me in general. It's kind of weird. Okay, so somehow I find out he gets divorced. I'm living free and on my own. As a matter of fact, looking back now that I'm 40, that was some of the most fun times in my life. I bought my own car. I had my own apartment. My mom lived far away. I'd hang out with her. Things were really picking up as far as this was my time. I had finally been on my own and I wasn't doing drugs and I wasn't on staff at the Church of Scientology, right? I was making my own decisions and it felt amazing. As a matter of fact, I missed that so much. Like it was just so fun to be free and single and hey, that's where I am right now. Of course, I'm not going to any bars. Although I hear Nashville has some cool bars and that maybe I should check some out. I don't know. That could be fun, but it also could be just a drunk fest and I don't want to be around that. But okay, so I got my dad's phone number from, so every year, let me just back up. Every year, okay, I would send my dad, this is heartbreaking because it's hard for me to even think about, but I would send my dad an email every year leading up to this divorce. Okay. This is important for you to know. Leading up to this divorce. So from the age of 17, 18, 19, 20, 20, probably till about 21, 22, I'd send him an email and it was every Father's Day. And I would say, hey, Dad, I'm thinking about you. I love you. I miss you. I hope you'll change your mind about me. I hope that maybe one day you'll decide that I'm, someone you want in your life. But until then, happy Father's Day. I sent it every year, hopeful as shit. He would always write me back every time. He'd ack me because you don't leave communication hanging in Scientology. You acknowledge calm, even if it's not good calm. And he would write me back and he would say, do not contact me again. Do not call me dad. Do not ever reach out again. Every year, that's what he would say back. Nashville does have some cool bars. All right. I mean, I have some fun clothes I'd like to put on. Maybe I'll go. Sam Shell, you're coming in late. I really catch a live part of replay crew. Well, thank you for that, my friend. Stopping in to say I love you. Been here since the beginning and not going by anywhere. Sending love. Sam, that's amazing. I love it when people on the replay crew come in. Sam, thank you. That's amazing. Hey, myself. That's crazy, Sam. Welcome. I acted more an adult than my father. Well, that's why I probably have always felt older than I am. So he always wrote me back. He always rejected me. He always said, go fuck yourself, basically. And I would beg for his attention every year and then I wouldn't get it. Whatever. I expected it. And again, I had the armor. I was bulletproof with my TR training. Honestly, I was like, okay, whatever. Yeah, sister from another, Mr. Tex, can't leave that club. You're stuck with me. Well, I know this. I feel like I'll have you for life, Helena. I absolutely love you. And thank you for your super chat, babe. So one year he gets divorced and somebody told me about it. And what's even more painful, what happened to the rule never acknowledge in theta? They do what they want. He always act my calm. So thank you, Asen. It is a drunk fest. Yeah, I'm probably too old for that. So the other painful thing is my dad would come to Kansas City all the time. That was even more painful for me knowing he was there. He would go fishing all the time. Margaret, thank you for saying that. You are my favorite SP and one of my favorite YouTubers. Thank you, Margaret. What a kind thing to say, babe. Buddha Kaboo, love from the same club. Yeah, well, I know you're not going anywhere, and I just love you, Buddha Kaboo. Hey, Angie Mo. So he would come and go fishing, and it sucked because I knew he was there. People would tell me like, oh, I just saw your dad at the org. He'd stop into the org and people would be like, oh, Gene was just here. He's going fishing. And it always burned me. I was like, cool, that's great. There are effed up people in this world. I hope you continue the way you have been. You are bright light every day. Interesting enough. What a kind thing to say. And welcome, my friend. There are a lot of effed up people, and I just didn't see it coming. I feel safer with Scientologists. I'm not going to lie. I would rather be with my kind. So I feel like I'm really dragging this out and it's getting annoying for you guys. I almost just feel like I want to say F it. We don't even want to hear it. Beata, I don't understand why people try to make things so hard for you lately. You're not doing anything wrong. You are who you were from the start. Makes me sad that people can be so mean. You don't deserve it. There's a lot of that going around. And one, we're ignoring it because acknowledging it doesn't, I mean, why give that attention? But it is odd. I haven't changed. Nothing's new. And it all seemed to amp up. The hate really seemed to amp up after I exposed the jesters and got divorced. So, I mean, I don't know. Pull the string on that. I don't know. I don't waste a lot of time though either on it anymore. There's so much of it, and there's always going to be hate. You go looking for it, you'll find it, right? Okay. So I call him. I heard he got divorced. I call him. I got his phone number and I called him. And it was the most depressing thing that's ever happened. He answered the phone. Now, remember, I haven't talked to him. And the last time I talked to him was that funeral when he handed me my baby book and said, I don't need this anymore. And he answers the phone and he goes, hello. Now, one of my stepsisters, okay, her name was Tiffany. So he answers the phone and I didn't know what to call him. I was shaking so hardcore when he answered the phone. I remember this so clearly. I was standing in my apartment and the guy I was dating at the time, his name was John, was standing there and he was sobbing. He knew the story. I told him about it because I was like, I'm about to call my dad. And he was like, oh God, he was so worried. And I remember he was standing there and he was like, he was so sad for me. And he was a sweet guy. I'm still Facebook friends with him. Funny. My dad answers the phone and I went, Dad? I didn't know what to call him. And he went, Tiffany? And I was like, no, it's Reese. And he said, Reese? And I said, yeah. And he said, I'll never forget this. He goes, that is you, isn't it? And it was so heartbreaking, but exciting at the same time. Like I was dying for that attention from him. I was dying for it. So even he didn't know who I was, but all I had to say was Dad. And he went, Tiffany? And I was like, holy shit, man, you are lost. You're not too old for it, but it is a drunk fest. You know what? You only live once, probably. I never thought that until now. But Marlugo, maybe I will go down to a Nashville bar one night, and then maybe I'll just spend the night in Nashville. Anyway, he agreed to meet me. It was wild. He agreed to meet me, and I met him at a first watch. If you guys, Tiffany was my stepsister. I met him at a first watch in Kansas City, and it was absolutely insane. I will never forget that. The first 3 times I probably saw him again, I was like I was trying not to cry. All I was doing was like massaging the lump in my throat because we know my dad. If I would have cried, he would have been like, get your TRs in. There would have been no sympathy there. He wouldn't have even acknowledged it other than get your TRs in. So I tried not to cry. I met him at first watch and I remember asking him, I got the courage. To ask him, I said, why did you leave me? Like, why didn't you talk to me? Why didn't you respond to my emails differently? And you know what this guy said? It was all Kathy. That was his response. Hey, Kaz, it was all Kathy. It was his wife that he had just divorced who conveniently just took him for all he was worth. So we're going to throw Kathy under the bus now. Okay. We're going to blame Kathy for our actions that happened way before we ever met Kathy, by the way. It's so Tom Cruise of him. Yes. So we blamed Kathy. We were going to put it on, throw it on the ex-wife. Jeff does it to me, I'm sure, all day long. Just put it on the ex-wife. And I said, okay. And he goes, she showed me policies and references that I should disconnect from you. And it was her. And he said, and she was OT8. And I was like, okay. It was very confusing because I knew it was a lie. I knew it was a lie. He could not. This is another quality in a man now that I seem to flock to. No accountability. He could not take accountability. My God, I just realized that. That makes so much sense. Um, I feel like the men that I pick cannot admit that they're wrong. They cannot just say, this is what happened. And I take ownership for that. Own it. They can't. It's weird. My own father was the same way. So, damn. I've never been this happy to be single before. Like, I almost never want to be in a relationship again. Wow. That's fucking wild, isn't it? So we blamed Kathy. Okay, great. What was weird though is even my first husband, Michael, was like, damn, Gene is cool when he's single. He's cool when he's single. So I had my own apartment and my dad started liking me. Thank you, Andrew. My dad started liking me. It was crazy. Well, now that I realize it, my dad was on the prowl. My dad was just trying to date. So he came to Kansas City like a few weekends. He would drive down from Omaha and stay in my apartment. It was the craziest, most confusing time period of my life because this man walked out on me and hated me forever and rejected me and was like, I hope you're dead. Like, don't ever call me dad again. Don't call me at all. To now he's in Kansas City hanging out at my apartment. So he was I gave him my bed and I was sleeping on the couch. Dude was loaded too, by the way. My father is a millionaire. Like, what a cheap asshole that he was sleeping in my bed in my apartment. I was sleeping on the couch. Thank you, good vibes. But it was wild because that was a time that I was kind of catting around too. I was having a roll in the hay every other weekend myself. So he came down to party and meet women. And I was out doing my thing. And it was so weird. I'll never forget this. This memory is burned into me. There was a night that he came to Kansas City and he had a date and I had a date. I'm 22 years old. Okay. I don't know this man. He's done nothing but tell me what a piece of shit I am. But now he's going out having a roll in the hay and he's catting around. Okay. This was so wild. And I remember like teasing my hair in the mirror and I was like, I only had one bathroom. It was a one bathroom, one bedroom apartment. But I remember, bye, Andrew. Thanks for being here. We love you. I remember like putting on eyeliner and I was like getting myself all dolled up for my date. He was doing the same thing. He was standing in my bathroom, like getting all ready. And it was so fucking crazy. I remember him saying, just leave your door unlocked because I'm probably going to be back really late. And I was like, samesies, dude. I don't even know if I'll be back tonight. Like, I'm hoping not to. I'm hoping to end up at his place. And it was so weird. It was like all of a sudden he was my roommate. He wasn't a dad. He didn't give a shit. He wasn't like, who is this guy? Be careful. Fuck. We were both out catting around. We were just trying to have a roll in the hay. It was the weirdest time because think about that for a minute. Think about that. I hate you. I kind of hope you're dead too. Hey, keep your door unlocked because I'm going to be back really, I won't be back. Like he was all of a sudden just so cool. He was all of a sudden really cool. It was so weird. No. And then of course what happened? He met his next wife real soon after. And he went from cool to uncool again. He turned right back into a dick. He stopped talking to me. What was cool though is I was going to buy a house and he's a contractor. My dad owns a construction company. And he was like, I'll go with you to look at homes. Middle-age crisis. Was he 40? No, he's 75 and I'm 40 now. How, guys, somebody do the math on that. I was like 22. How old would he have been? He would have been in his 50s. Wild. I've never talked about it. It's still hard for me to wrap my mind around. Men are such pieces of shit because I really hate that. Not all men, this man in particular, I guess I should say, is such a piece of shit. You went from like, I love you, I'm raising you, to fuck you, you're a loser, you're a degraded criminal being, to I'm going to use you in your apartment to cat around and be cool again with you and have a relationship and not care about you. And then he went back to shutting me down again. I hate that. That makes me maybe realize why I really haven't had a lot of friendships in my life. People are not trustworthy, I'll tell you. Oh, that's an interesting thing to say. I feel like I'm witnessing you go from naive to awareness in real time, and it's beautiful. Yeah. Dawn gloves, that's a good point. But I still feel incredibly naive, and I hate being naive. I hate it that I'm this naive. It's such a flaw for me. Thank you for your super chat. Gene Wally, he's a nutball. So then he dropped me like a hot potato again, but not before. Not before. He was coming back in and out of town, catting around. And I was like, I'm looking at houses. I'm going to buy a house. And I did buy a house. Kim is blue. I wondered where the hell you've been. Are you all right? The hurricane. Damn, girl. Hey, Dinky. I'm glad you're okay. And I'm glad you didn't leave me. These days, you just don't know. So I start looking at houses and he goes with me. Mary Grace and William Conef. My first live. I always miss your lives. Thank you for all you do for us. Love seeing your growth. Thank you for being here. You know what? I've seen you on the replay crew. I've seen your messages. Thank you for that. Thank you for being here. My mother absolutely hates my father more than anything. I think yeah, my mom hates my dad so much. It was just really weird, I got to say. So he went with me house hunting because he was a contractor. So I went around Kansas and I was looking at houses and he came with me and he was like, don't get that for this. Don't do that for this. Well, I finally found a house and he talked me out of it. And I'm kind of pissed. I didn't know I was a first time home buyer. I bought it from another contractor, but he was with me the day I was deciding on it. And I said, I think this is it. I think this is, it's in my price range. And I was like, so what do I do? How do I do this? I don't know what to do. And I said, do I need to get a inspection? And he was like, no, you don't need an inspection. I never got an inspection on that house. I wish I had, because that house had all kinds of mold in it. And I didn't know that. And after some time of living in that house, I was sick a lot and my asthma was really bad. And I had a mold company come out and test, and they found it everywhere. And it was thousands of dollars that I had to have done to get the mold taken care of in that house, because he was like, you don't need an inspection. So I'm here to tell you, if you ever buy a house, you need an inspection. But that's just wild to me. Isn't that wild? I never talk about that. Did the dog and cat get sick? I don't think so. Mm-mm. It was bad though. Real mold problem in that house. I think it was $8,000, the quote, to get the mold taken care of. It was bad. There was a lot of mold in that house. Yeah. So no, and I don't think an inspection is required in every state, Don Gloves. This was Kansas, and we didn't. We did not get an inspection. And I remember telling my mom that and my stepdad now, and they were like, you what? Like, you always get an inspection. Of course you get an inspection. I didn't know. I still wouldn't have known. I mean, I don't know anything, guys. I don't know a whole lot about the world and the people in it, clearly. Sarah, are the people leaving explaining, the reasons why? I don't expect to hear the reason, just wondered, as sometimes the unknown is worse. Not everybody leaves a reason. Some people just go, and then some people say, like, I unsubscribed or I don't like her anymore. The main reason I think people get, this is the gist, and I don't look. Everybody thinks that I look. I'm still sober. However, I do have people, including my mods, who send me things when it's important. I absolutely have that. I have people who take care of that. They send me little clips of things or little things, and they'll go, we think you should see this because of this. But I don't look. I don't want to look. I have amazing people who help with that, and they just look for me and they're like, hey, this is important. They sift through what's important. Now, a lot of people have said she makes money on YouTube and we hate her for that. I think there's a lot of people think that I'm contradict what I say, or I'm not trustworthy, or I'm a liar. So I think there's various reasons, Sarah. I don't spend a lot of time though trying to figure out why. I don't think people understand something. Um, I don't have a problem with people leaving me. It's sad. I will miss them. Some of them, one of them reached out to me and said, "I just can't stand you anymore. I can't stand your lies." And then they blocked me before I could even respond. And I was like, "What?" I even said I reached out to someone who knew them and I said, "This is the most vague message. Do you have any idea what we're talking about here?" And then I realized, why am I sifting through this? Again, you did that to get attention. You did that because you're not getting enough attention from me. And you did that to start shit. And you wanted to let me know. It was almost kind of in a threatening way. And I don't think you realize what I've been through as far as loss. And I'm not trying to say like you can't get to me. But I've experienced much worse than this as far as loss. So when the sub numbers go down, when people say like there's so much hate about you, I don't know that you realize the depths of Scientology and where we came from there. This doesn't get to me. Death gets to me. My dad leaving me got to me. Tommy shook me up a little bit, but that's just because I didn't expect it or see it coming. But even now that I've had time to process that, people are so fucking flaky. People are not who they say they are. People are fleeting. People are going to come in for a season and go. People are going to stab you in the fucking back. And that's just what I'm learning being outside of Scientology. People are flakes, guys. Flakes. I have met so many people who I'm like, this is it. This is such a friendship. And then I literally get a screenshot from someone where they send me from some other place of them stabbing me in the back. And I'm like, okay, shit. See, you guys aren't like Scientologists. We stab you in the front. We do it right in front. We do it right on the open. We write reports on you. We go to courts of ethics with you. You get a ComEv. We go with you. We come and say shit to your face. That's why I don't like this whole Reese is a liar and shit. Like, I mean, you can say it, that won't make it true. Scientologists really aren't much for lying. We report you right to your fucking face. So all these people who are like doing it on other channels or whatever they're doing, don't think I don't know about it. But at least like be like Gene Wally and trash me to my face. It's lame. It's low rent. I hope you can learn to live to give yourself a little break. Watching you grow has been a blessing, and there's a lot of people who love you deeply here. You will find your tribe soon enough. Holly Day, I think I have found them for the most part. Thank you for your super chat. I'm not surprised. Like the text I got this morning, that particular person has always said to me, like, I'm not judgmental. I'll never judge. That was the most judgmental text I've ever gotten. And then you blocked me before I could even respond or talk to you. That means we never had a friendship. It's kind of like my last romantic relationship. That wasn't love. That was emotional attachment. There's a fucking difference. It's the same thing with this. That was never a friendship. You stabbed me in the back and you're not judgmental. Like people are not who they say they are. That's just what I'm finding. I'm a lot of fucking things, but I pretty much am who I say I am. You guys know almost everything about me. What I shared with you today, I've never shared, but not because I didn't want to. I just probably blocked that out. That was painful. My dad coming back into my life and then pulling the goddamn rug out again was painful. Love you and not going anywhere text. Michelle Asbell, I love you too, girl. Did I answer your message? I'm pretty sure I did. Thank you for your super chat. Liz Triggs, those who got close and then betrayed you put unrealistic expectations on you. That's probably true. We're all human and can't meet expectations, nor should we have to. Please know the only thing I hope is for you to just be you. I love you, my friend, just the way you are. Thank you for your giant super chat. And Liz Triggs, you're one of few that I can say that's true. Like, I know you'll never leave me. I know you're pure. I know your heart. And I love you. And I cannot wait to meet you in person in a couple of weeks. Thank you, Liz Trix. Sharon HL, I love you explore and work through things about yourself and others in the world. You sharing your process helps me not feel like such an oddball. That's such a compliment. Thank you, Sharon. I love you, girl. You are quiet. You are quiet in the Zoom calls, but I sure love you. I love seeing your face. Thank you for saying that. Somebody asked me if people are leaving me because of the Tommy and Reese breakup. Pfft, you got me. I don't know why people choose to leave, but the good news is it's their choice. And we're not in a cult. And I didn't really have much of a choice ever on a lot of things. I had to go with what everybody else went is groupthink, is LRH talk. And I want people to leave if they decide I'm not for them anymore. That's the adult thing to do. What the not adult thing to do is to do what this person did to me this morning and then go make shitty videos and shit talk me behind my back and then I get to hear it from other people. That's a child that I'm glad I'm not connected to anymore. As far as the Tommy thing, I'm sure that divided things up. And I'm sure most people went with Tommy, which is totally fine, guys. Again, people have choices. People have choices. I wish they wouldn't. I mean, I wish that people would stick around on both channels, but people get choices. And that's a newfound freedom that I have that I don't want taken away from me. And I don't want to take it away from anybody else. I don't want to say, stay with me. Don't stay with me. The people who want to stay will, and the people who don't will leave, but I'm not panicked about it. I have been left so much. I am so used to being left. I am so used to that flip of a switch and people are done and flakes. It really doesn't bother me. People think it bothers me. It really doesn't bother me. It's very, very, very what I'm used to. Let's play devil's advocate. You might have an advantage over us when it comes to letting go. You're made to be stronger than us in a sort of way. Absolutely, that's true. It's a double-edged sword, Marlugo, for sure. There are so many strengths that I have because of Scientology, because of my early training and not letting things get to us in bull bait. There are so many things there that, yeah, like all this hate. I got people reaching out to me who go, and thank you for your super chat, who go, how do you deal with the hate? And I go, well, one, I don't look at it. I don't care. I don't care. This is nothing new. It's nothing new. And I'm not even surprised by the shit person who texted me this morning that there was no loyalty to begin with there. Flakes. Flakes. Now it sucks. It's disappointing. It's a letdown for sure. I'm not sitting here going, oh, well, it sucks. But it also is teaching me people in the outside world. I don't know. That's why I feel safer though with Scientologists. I'll tell you that right now. I feel a lot safer with Scientologists because at least we show you who the fuck we are. We tell you right to your face, or we report it to your face. We give you a report, we submit it, the ethics officer gives it to you, and then we still have to see each other every day at the org. So it's more honest, it's more upfront. So these people who are secretly stabbing me in the back, or people who don't even know me, there are perfectly total strangers out there that are getting off daily on attacking me. They love it. They're doing it. I mean, it gets me views. I don't care, but I do find it strange. I'd like to break that down. I don't want to give it too much attention, but I'd like to break that down. What your obsession is with a total stranger. I hope that you will learn to trust that I will walk this world with you as long as you want me to. Well, of course, Rogue Hedgie. I always know that about you. Like I said, there's certain people I know that about for sure. For sure. It would bother me. I'm a people pleaser and I like people to like me and want to be everyone's friend. I thank Scientology for giving you that strength that I don't have. Silver linings, Nicole the Kiwi, absolutely. And I like attention now more than ever. Like I definitely am enjoying friendships. That's a good point. Friendships and things like that. I love it. I eat it up. But now more than ever, I am way more careful about it. I mean, I hate to look at my most recent relationship. That was my most best friend I've ever had out of a best friend. I've never had a best friend before. That was, I would say, the definition of a best friend for me. That's the only thing I have to compare to. Um, it's fleeting. It's fleeting. Shit disappears into dust, just like that. So why would I expect just a normal friend or somebody I met on here to stay with me or to not pull the rug out from under me or to talk shit on another channel about me and then come over here and go, "Oh, hi Reese." It's something I'm learning. You'll always have that doubt about yourself because of Gene. You've grown so much and will continue to learn how amazing you are. We know you're starting to get it. Robin Miners, thank you for saying that. And it's not that I don't trust anybody now. It's just harder with the shit that's going on. It's just harder. And there is a lot of hate. And I think it came after the gestures and it came after I got divorced. I don't know. I don't know if that's what it is. I don't spend a lot of time trying to figure it out. Um, Cheryl Ford, it's better. It isn't perfect out here, but it has to be better. In many ways it is, and in many ways it's not. I can compare a lot between the real world and Scientology. There's a lot to balance there as far as like, there's a lot of things that were better in Scientology. Like I said, I knew what to expect. I knew what to expect with people. Here you don't. You know, there was a great quote by Steve Irwin. Loved Steve Irwin, the guy, the Australian dude who got killed by the stingray, the crocodile dude. He said something, and I'm not going to get it right, but he said something like, "Crocodiles are easy. They'll just bite your head off and go about their day. People are harder. They try to be your friend first. People are harder. They try to be your friend first." I find that to be very true. I find that to be very true. And it sucks. Beach Bum Beagle, I'm sorry that you give us such a sense of community. I'm sorry that you give us such a sense of community and that people that purport to be part of it let you down. Beach Bum Beagle, don't apologize. I think it just comes with the territory. I love you. And I know almost everybody in here is authentic. I talk with so many of you behind the scenes. I don't get a weird vibe. Now, to be fair, the person who texted me this morning, I thought was a friend that I was a little shocked about. But I think because of my, where are my cameras going off? Oh, it's because of my child. Okay, good. I think because of my training, I'm able to disconnect from it and let it go easier too. I just go, okay, they were a fake. They were a fraud. You know, that's okay. That's hopefully they work on that. Sabine, Reese, I relate so much to you because I'm autistic. I don't even consider myself human, but everything you go through sounds too familiar. Wyatt and I would love that. Wyatt is an amazing therapist. And thank you for saying that to us. You are a beautiful woman inside and out. Karen Tootie Greenie, that's such a nice thing to say. I don't feel that lately, so thank you for saying it. Baby steps, I have always felt like I don't fit in. It isn't just a coming out of a cult thing. I understand that Scientologists can be more predictable. I would think that would make it easier. Yeah. Yeah. But I understand what you're saying there. I do not feel like I fit in anywhere out here in the real world. Not yet, anyway. Not quite yet. I almost fit in a lot of scenarios, but so far I have found that I thought I was a fit. And I'm like, oh my God, I was not a fit at all. On the opposite, some of us have left others because of you. I can't follow anyone that doesn't love my race. Now that's some serious effing loyalty right there. Sassy Savage. Thank you, girl. You know, I think thank you for being here, Vix. I think after what my dad did to me, that was the worst disconnection I've ever had in my life. That will always be the worst disconnection I've ever had in my life. So when the person this morning did what they did, or if you go make a video about me, or if you dump me over something really stupid, like recently, it's all those things are never going to amount to the worst thing that happened to me. If that makes sense. I'm not trashing anyone, but I'm just saying, like, if I could survive that, I'll get through it. I'll get through it. And I'll meet other people, more quality people. Yeah, Lori Lee. Melshma. It's always good to weed your garden. If the weeds are removing themselves, then it's less work for you and you have a much better garden. That's a great point, my friend. Thank you for saying that. Thank you, Cheryl Ford. Well, Rhonda Frank, I love you. Boodikaboo. Hey, I just bought a bunch of merch. Lots of great stuff. Wow. Thank you for saying that. I actually am working with Anita Card. I'm going to, I have it. Thank you for your super chat, Boodikaboo. I'm going to work with Anita Card on a line, not a line, but something that I really, really am passionate about. It's a t-shirt that I want to make, and she's helping me with it on the design. I bought the domain for it, so nobody else can have that. But I'm really excited about it. Crocodiles are easy. They try to kill and eat you. People are harder. Sometimes they pretend to be your friend first. Everybody take that to heart. That is a painful thing to experience, but I just experienced that today. I experienced it a couple of weeks ago. I am experiencing that, and it's for the best. Doesn't make it easy. Panko, I don't understand the haters and name calling. There are a lot of two-faced people on social media. You show your strength every day. You are an amazing person. Panko, I love you. I wish we were closer. I just really love Panko. I always feel connected to you. I say that every time, but I mean it. I have a feeling you and I would have some really, really good talks. And thank you for your giant super chat as always. But I mean it. I love and appreciate our friendship, Panko. And nobody can take that away, by the way. Nobody can take that away. You know, that's the other thing that I think I heard recently. Someone said, they're saying that I know, I love bomb. Apparently, I'm love bombing all of you, like Panko just now. But then behind the scenes, I shit talk all of you. Again, I am a lot of things. I don't do that. I don't do that. And I don't have to sit here and defend myself. Those that know that about me, that's all I need to know. I don't need to say or sell anybody. If you don't want to be here or you believe the hate, by all means, you know, turn your ticket in and get your money back at the door. Hey, Geoplanet Jane, I don't try much of anybody. Women can be the worst. Yeah. So can guys, though. So many get really jealous if you have any success. Well, that's true. They hate that because they always want to be the center of attention. And I've found that to be true. Hey, Dania. Marcy. I don't know how to say your name. I love how naive you are. Okay, well, thank you. Aileen, welcome. They have. I love Steve Irwin's kids and what they've done to keep him alive, his legacy. By the way, speaking of Natalie, I'm going to do something tomorrow with her about trust issues. Shelly Kelly, I feel like I just fade into the background, like I'm easy to miss. It's probably a childhood thing I haven't sorted out. Absolutely. I know what you mean by that, Shelly Kelly. And it's weird that I just read that and I feel like I already knew that about you. That's weird. When you read that, I was like, yeah, I already knew that about you. I love you, Shelly Kelly. You don't fade into the background here. You are a huge, as much as we don't speak that much, you're a huge part of my life. And I am so thankful you're a mod for me because you are one of the few people I really, really trust. My mods, I really trust. I haven't always really trusted the mods that I had, but I'm now more engaged with my mods than ever. So, Reese, more love bombing, please. Yeah, I don't need, see, again, I didn't even know what love bombing was. Yeah, Lady Pamela. I mean, people tend to funny how they accuse you of backstabbing while they are backstabbing. Justification much, losers? Yeah, I mean, that's the way I see it too. But Yorkie Mom, people are flakes. I'm just finding like you can't. It's like what Andrew said before he left. Sadly, the truth of the matter is you're only probably going to have a real handful of people that you can count on. That you can count on. Oh my God, Lumen, me too. I love those Zoom calls so much. The hate campaign has started a while back and seems to grow. I don't watch any of those channels. Yeah, I don't either. I don't either. Absolutely not. Panko. I don't watch them. People think I watch them. One of them recently, apparently, I had somebody reach out to me and say, who has a lot of control in my life, reach out to me and say, this is what's going on. I'm going to file these things and get this taken down. And I said, thank you so much. That's why you are my eyes and ears. Thank you. So, I mean, I don't watch it. And I appreciate the people who look out for me and keep track of it because I can't watch it and do my job. I can't watch it and live my life. I don't want to. It changes your behavior. It gets into your head. I don't want to be a part of that shit. I don't care. People hate me. End of story. Move on. I've been in listening mode today, but your channel and chat is the only place I've been on YouTube that I participate in and that I always feel safe. And your balance of humor and empathy is rare. Teresa, see, you're another one. I absolutely am crazy about you. I wish we lived closer, Teresa. Thank you for saying that. That is such a nice thing to say. I'm glad you were here all along. Tony P, that's interesting. They are temporary. Hey, Jeanette Brown. I don't even know what happened, but yes, people are flaky. I'm finding that people are flakes. Yeah, I don't get the hate campaign. Why? Just why do that? If I tune in and I hate it starts, I just leave, no announcement. Bye. I don't know, guys. There's a lot of hurt people out there. I don't know if it's within the SPTV community. I don't watch YouTube. So I don't know where all this hate is coming from. I appreciate the people who have stuck with me. I realize that people are unsubscribing. What's crazy is I think they don't realize they all think I'm grifters, right? And so they unsubscribe and they go talk shit, but they still watch. So you're still paying me. You need to know that. When you subscribe, I make nothing. When you watch is when I get paid. I don't get it. So my numbers are the same, if not up. My views are up. Everything's up. So it's like you're not syncing me. My subs may be going down, but everything else is up. So I used to think of being naive as weakness. Think of jellyfish. They seem naive, but they're prepared for anything from anywhere. Well, yeah. And they're just so clean and carefree, like a suckerfish. I'm not going anywhere. Love you. Jenny Stout, I appreciate that so much. And you're right. I mean, being naive to me does feel a little bit like weakness. By the way, thank you for your super chat. Look at all of us non-flakers. We're here for you, Reese. Ty's channel, I love you. Who cares about the ones who flaked? It's the ones who stay out of love that matter. I love you, friend. And that's a great point. And that's what I'm focused on. That's what I'm focused on. Who cares about the people who hate me? Hating is easy, by the way. Trash talking and backstabbing, all that shit is so easy to do. Let's be honest. We've all done it. It's easy. It's really easy to sell people out and throw them down the river. Okay. But being my friend, being loyal, that means everything. You can't put a price on that. People who say, I've stuck with you, I've been with you. I know that. You know that. And I know that. And that is a connection that we share. That's so much harder than hate. It just is. It comes with all the love you give, Holiday. Yeah, I don't know where it comes from. And I don't really care to know. I think a lot of it, again, is people who get mad that I make money. I think people get mad that I don't know. I don't know. And I don't know where they came from. And I don't know that they know where I came from. I think they're just latched on to me because maybe there's a jealousy factor. I don't know what it is. And I really don't. I spend time obsessing about the relationships in my life, the real people in my life, the people who I want to keep. I don't obsess about people I've never met, who've never met me, making videos or writing, typing up shit. We've never even met. I don't spend time on that. You don't live in my head. I don't even know your fucking name. Like, I think they think they're really making headway. They're not. I don't know you. I wouldn't even be able to pick you out of a crowd. So it's like, you're not making a dent here. The people that matter to me are the people who I talk to daily and I want to keep in my life. Here's the thing. I have friends that are rich and friends that are poor. It doesn't matter. People can be flakes, but the true ones will prove themselves. Marlugo, absolutely truth. Doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. It has nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that, babe. Thank you for pointing that out. I love you, Sassy Savage. Yeah, how do you sleep at night talking shit, all that shit? Like just being so full of hate. Like imagine that that's your life. That's what you do for a living. It's funny to me. It's hilarious. It's like, God dang. Wow. Can you imagine banking on that? Trust me, it isn't because we are jealous. It's because you beg for money. You're a liar and a grifter. Well, let's focus on that for a minute, even though I don't like to do this. We told you so. Thank you for being here. So let's focus on that because this is the general topic of it. So, of course, we're not jealous. We're never jealous. They're never jealous, right? It's got nothing to do with jealousy. Okay, let's just pretend that's true. It's because you beg for money. Raise your hand in here if I've ever begged for money. Have I ever said, money, give me money? I need money. Please give me a super chat. Have I ever said any of those things? I want to know. Have I ever said that? How many times actually have I said, you don't have to do this? You don't need to be a member. I don't need your money. That's kind, but you don't have to super chat me. I've had people reach out to me via email and say, I want to Venmo you. What's your Venmo? I will write them back and say, I appreciate it, but I don't need your money. I'm just trying to think because I actually appreciate this idiot being in here. We're not jealous. It's the fact that you beg for money. Well, a grifter is a beggar. So you're kind of doubling down on what you just said, but that's okay. We'll let it slide. Everyone in here is saying no. You've never once asked for money. I've never begged for money. The people who gave me money for the cruise, I gave them their money back. People Venmoed me for the cruise. I Venmoed them their money back. Now, I'm not here to. The point is, I'm the opposite of that. I would never, ever once go on here. I remember one time when Keela started that give, send, go thing for me moving. I didn't even want to discuss that in here. I am not comfortable talking about money with you guys. I never once have asked for money and I don't expect it. I've said that. Now this is obviously a person who is one of the people who hates me, right? One of the 9 people. And oh my God, my butt hurts all of a sudden. Oh, I needed to shift. I should have moved earlier. Hold on. Oh yeah. Guys, you hit 40 and it really, really went downhill for me. Ow, ow, ow. Okay. Oh, in here. We're not talking about members. What are you talking about then? Hold on though. Where's the lying part? This person, honestly, I'm glad you're here. Mods, don't get rid of this person. I shouldn't address this shit, but I have to say, I actually appreciate you being here in this crowd with us. Yeah, I mean, who's the good guy here? Who's the bad guy? This person's name calling and taking it very personal. But I want to know. Tell me. Come on. While we have a hater in here, what are you talking about? See, if you put them on the spot, one of your members said you don't ask for members. I'm not talking about members. Okay, great, cool. Get to the point though. What I want to know from a hater's point of view here. I feel like I need to blow my nose. Oh, you're right. I did call you an idiot, but you called me a grifter and a liar. I mean, I feel like tit for tat. Okay, fine. Let's wash it. Let's clean slate it. Take it back. You take back what you said. I take back what I said. Yes, Panko, our attorney in the chat. I need specific details, my friend. We told you so. Come on. You wanted your time. You wanted your airtime. Let's do it. Ignore the negative. Water off a duck's back. Yeah, I know. Come on, though. I need it. Give it to me. Give it while you're here. That's it. All this time, you finally are in the spotlight. This is what you say. You cannot follow a straight line. What am I, an alcoholic? That's it. This is the best you can come up with. I'm a grifter, a liar, and a fraud because I can't follow a straight line. What the hell does that even mean? Yeah, you have the floor, my friend. Let's hear it. You're going to have to do better than that. Damn. That's it. I'm not looking for airtime. I am typing. You are giving airtime. Well, sure, you're right. I'm putting you on blast here because you're in here with us. I want to know. That's it. That's it. That's weak as shit. I need more than this. I got to have more than this. There has to be more. Come on. If you're going to lie, at least lie quickly. Oh, okay. Really? Not enough characters in chat? Well, then super chat me. You can super chat me. It gives you more characters. I'm pretty sure when I used to super chat the lifeboat. Come on, I'll Venmo you back. Pull up your social blade. I don't know what I do know what that is, but I've never used it. I don't even look at my own analytics. Come on. You have more characters than that now. Come on. Really? Damn. I thought we finally get a hater in here. How much you're raking in off your fans? Well, you add it up every day. You guys total up my super chats. How much have we made so far today? Probably $100. Come on. This is fun. Social Blade says I make millions. Yeah, I know. That's what I heard. Oh, no, you have had haters, but your mods block them? Well, you're not blocked, so come on. Speak for those people. Speak, my friend. And let me ask you something seriously while you're in here, because you make a good point, Katrina. If you're a real person, let me ask you something. I'm serious. Hater to SP to hater. Okay. We're not that far apart from us, you and I. Let me ask you something. If it's not jealousy, you say it's not jealousy. Why does it matter what I make? I could get a $300 super chat right now, and I've gotten them before. Why would that matter to you? Do you pay my bills? Like, I want an answer from you, and I hope you'll give it to me. Why does it matter what I make? Why does it matter that Panko is an attorney and probably makes really good money? Why does it matter who does what for a living and what they make? Am I imbalanced? Well, we'll get to that later. I always do shows about why I'm imbalanced. Your fans pay your bills. Okay. We've established this. Give me an answer, though. I'm serious. I'm dying for an answer from you. This would help. This would help a lot of us. Come on. We're counting on you now. Why does it matter? Give me an answer. I love that we have a hater in here. YouTube is a business. This is not illegal, by the way. This is not illegal. So why does it matter to you what I make? That's the gist of this, guys. If you go over to the hate, it's grifter Reese. It's stealing your money, Reese. How am I doing that? Come on. You wanted this. Let's do it. Let's get ready for the showdown. I want an answer from you. Grifter money. Uh-oh, Marlugo. Thank you so much. I was looking for that. Thank you. And let me ask you, our hateful friend. Hey, Russ, do you get paid at your job if you have a job? Oh, for God's sakes. This is not about YouTube money. That is peanuts. Wait a minute. I thought you just said it was about YouTube money. You just said it was. Okay, now who's imbalanced? Bud, who's imbalanced here? What are you talking about? This is not about YouTube money. Are you talking about me being a working girl? Nobody's supposed to know about that. Just kidding, but I am taking applications. I'm serious. Tell us what you mean. I want an answer from one of you guys. Please don't waste your energy with the haters. Cinnamon roll, I know, but sometimes when they come in, it's a grand time. It's about super chats. Why? Wait, there we are. There's our friend. Certainly. So once again, you do not have a job. You live off others. Is this the best I'm going to get out of you? I'm serious. Like, I really expected more. Part-time. Holy shit. Huxley can do better than this. Are you serious? This is it? You can type more words than that. Can you give us more of an explanation? Again, super chat me and I'll Venmo you back. Come on. This is lame. We expect more. I don't spend all my days typing on computers. Well, tell us more about yourself. What's your sign? What do you do? Where do you live? Tell us more. Nope. All your fans leaving are seeing what you're all about. Oh my God. You're, I can't, we can't do these riddles, man. We can't do these riddles. I need you to give real answers if you're going to do this. Like, come on. Because right now, with you, all I'm seeing is that the elevator doesn't go up to the top floor. Because I can, because I want to, and because some people need more to do. Mind your own beeswax, troll. I love you, Pam. I love you, Yorkie mom. Thank you so much. You're an angel, by the way. And you're another one that I just keep close to me. I know that you're not going anywhere. Where did our friend go? Pam, I love you. Damn. Yeah. Jenny Stout, you're too good to give this person space in our heads. Nothing but love. Well, I was hoping this person would take up some space in my head. Thank you, Jessica LaBarber. But they're really a little bit short here and shortchanging me. It's not a riddle. You make videos about people leaving, so don't pretend they aren't. Is it just me, or is this like the worst conversation? Like, I was so excited about this. Is this because you said you don't know how to type? You don't know how to type? Type, just do this. If you don't know how to use the home keys and type, just do this. I'm not making fun of you, by the way. The trolls and haters make fun of me because I didn't go to school. I'm not making fun of you, but come on, you can do better. You can do better. Use your words. Use your words. It's pure jealousy. Yeah, I know it is, but their driveway does not reach the street. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Look, I am boosting your super chats for you. Now we have more videos to show how blind your peeps are. Holy shit. This is low quality. This is bad, guys. I feel embarrassed now that I even had a conversation with this person. This is like as cheesy. I feel like this is Jim Carrey from that Batman movie when he played the Riddler. Riddle me this, riddle me that. Who's afraid of the big black bat? Come on. You can do better than this. Is this the cellist? No, the cellist knows how to type, sadly. Dang, I was really hoping for a real one-on-one conversation. This person said I'm imbalanced, but I honestly feel like you're imbalanced. You actually believe the crap you spew, which in itself is incredible. Of course I believe it. It was my life. What do you mean the crap I spew? I came from Scientology. I just speak Scientology. Hold on, hold on. I still want an answer from you. Are you willing to answer me? Why do you care? Why do you care? By the way, thank you for the watch time, but why do you care? Why do you care? I just would love to know why these people care that I make money on super chats. It's out here for all the world to see. It's totally legal and it's people's choice. This is their choice to do it. Why do you care? I'd love to know an answer to that. Why do you care? It's like, and they do trash you guys. That's the bad thing. That's why I'm shocked that people leave this channel. They not only talk shit about me, they're talking shit about all of the people in my chat. It's like expecting an artist not to get paid for what their art just because you don't think what they do is real work. It's the rantings of a moron. Yeah, I know, Sassy Savage. I know. You brought a convicted sex offender into your house and you thought this. Damn, you're all over the place, my friend. He's not a convicted sex offender. He's a convicted bank robber. Two totally different things, by the way. I don't. I know nothing about him being a sex offender, but yes, he is. He's a convict for sure. Can you answer the question? I really would like an answer to that question. This is entertaining. Friendship tax. Thank you, babe. I know. JN Books. Thank you for your super sticker. I will email it to you. Why? You said you're not even good at typing. Do it now. Share it with the chat. You realize, I mean, I don't watch YouTube, but I do know enough that other people get super chats as well. I guess I'm just so confused by this super chat business. People get so fired up about it. It's legal. I'm not a jester here. Okay. It's legal. Why are you so obsessed with Reese? Why are they so obsessed? I don't know, but it's legal. It's their choice. Like, I really would like to know an answer for this. Hey, Itchy Thetans, thank you. I do think it's jealousy. I do think because Amy Lee, the tickets were way high for the Chiefs game last year. He took his money and he bought an Xbox and he bought all these attachments and terabyte cards for the Xbox. Huxley spent his birthday money last year on an Xbox. I know the terabyte thing was like an extra $200. And then he also bought games. That's what he chose to spend it on. He did not want to put all that money toward Chiefs game tickets. I can tell you that. That's what he wanted to do. I hope that's okay with everybody. Yeah. So who is this really about? Reese or Tommy or just money? I think all three. Very proud of you and your big heart. Thank you, Cinnamon Roll Vancouver. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, guys. Oh, wait, he's back. Our friend is back. I had to leave the PC. You did say yes, you want to see the legitimate rap sheet. What does that mean? Can somebody translate? Um, Are you saying Brett lied to you? Now this is getting boring. Okay. I was hoping that you would actually answer me. I was hoping that you would actually clearly, like, this is good for all you people who are going to unsubscribe. Amy Lee SP, you're welcome. For the people who are going to go unsubscribe, I want you to see what we're dealing with here. This person can't give me an answer. They can't give me an answer, and it's a shame. Thank you, JN Books. I appreciate that. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm more than willing to go head to head with people like this because I am not hiding anything. I'm not lying about anything. I just clarified what Huxley used on his super chats for his birthday. I don't hide anything, and the fact that people super chat me is their business. They want to do it. Rap sheets are freedom of information for you uneducated. See, this is what we're dealing with. I can't believe people follow this person. This guy makes fun of me because I didn't go to school. Like, what a fucking winner. That's sad to me. Cindy B, my hubby just got paid today. No reason I should be the only one drinking a pumpkin spice chai on. Cindy B, thank you, babe. Thank you, Cindy. Reese, have you been buying bakery bread again? No, because I'm pretty sure the farmer's market's over, but thank you. I don't have anything to do with Tommy's past. Mara, that is a great point. You're hiding Tommy Scoville is Brett Miller. Everybody knows that. You're hiding that you won't answer the question. Why does this matter to you? Why does it matter to you that I make super chat money? I would love an answer. Can you narrow this down and answer that for us? And Amy Lee, I appreciate you asking. Just ask. People say I'm a liar and a fraud. Just ask. I gave you the answer. That's what he did. Instead of tickets to a football game, he decided, and we went to a GameStop, and he decided that he wanted to buy the Xbox, all the shit that goes with it, and a bunch of games. And that's what he did. Tommy is definitely not my responsibility. Go ahead, have fun and say what you want about me. Have fun. Love you, Reese. I love you, Chris 10M. This is a joke. Man, I thought this was going to be more fun. You do ask for it. Your audience is too blind to read. But man, you got this moment. You got 650 people in here. You got people who are going to catch us on the replay crew. And this is what you bring to the table. You finally get to have a talk with me. And this is it. This is weak as shit. I really expected more. I was hoping for more. I thought you were going to bring more. Everybody knows Tommy is a convict. Everybody knows Tommy went to prison. Everybody knows Tommy's name is Brett Miller. So you're not telling, yeah, it's very good word. This is lackluster as shit. I'm not worried about how many people you have. Right. Can you answer the question? Can you please answer the question? Why do you care? Why do you care? Again, he is a convicted sex offender and you did just deny it? So is this about Tommy or is this about me? You're mad that I made super chats when you got in here. But now you're mad that you're saying Tommy is a sex offender, which he's not. I'm bummed out, man. This could have been a fun showdown. Hey, Ms. Weedy Poo. That sucks. I was really hoping that you were going to bring more to the table. Thanks, Blessed to Crochet. We told you so is just baiting and nothing to say. Yeah, Deborah Ricci, you're absolutely right. Do you ask for it? That's the kind of language an abuser uses. Sounds like my ex-husband. Is it Tommy's jilted lover? Who? I don't know who that would be. Wait. So do you want to see his real rap sheet then to prove it? This is lame as shit. No, I want you to answer my question. I don't give a fuck about Tommy Scoville. I don't even talk to him. You want to talk to him, go over to him and do this shit. Of course, he wouldn't probably allow it in his chat. But I want an answer from you. I'm going to give you one last chance because we've been on 2 hours and we got to stop these super chats. It's too many. Why do you care? You know I'm not lying. You know I come on here and I say everything and everything I think about. I talk about every single thing. Why do you care? Why do you care about how much money I make? Why is it your business how much money I make? Do you have a job? Do your parents have a job? Do your family, friends have a job? Do you go around asking people what they make? This is America, my friend. Reese, you're in a battle of wits with an unarmed opponent. No shit. I had no idea. I feel kind of bad. How old am I? No, Liz R is asking this person. I'm 40. Okay, so you're not going to answer our question. All right. Thanks for boring the crowd. We all got excited. Your money is free information online. Okay, cool. Do you have an answer as to why you care? Yeah. Hello. We know when she gets her period. Like, there are no secrets here. So it's funny to me that people think I'm lying and I'm secretive and I'm trash talking and this and that. It's all right, Tony P. Tony Hoban, this is like a weak Halloween thriller movie. 640 people in this chat don't like it. Love you, Reese. I love you, Tony Hoban. All right, my friend. We gave you all the time we could. I'm bummed out. Hey, too many super chats is unbecoming of a board member. We're going to have to take this up at the next meeting. Way too many super chats, Aaron. Did you tally them up by chance? Did you happen to tally them up? Everybody's counting them these days. I'm really trying to hide it, but this is YouTube. Aaron, thank you for being here. I got a troll in here, and they're really trying to say that I make too much money, and I'm trying to figure out why that's a problem for them. I thought this was the land of the free, but thank you for being here, growing up in Scientology. What a damn joke. Yeah, but I do make too many super chats, probably. I think I exceeded the limit today on being a board member. Aaron, I think we should do a stream about why all the reasons I shouldn't be a board member. All the reasons why you don't want me on your board. There's a lot of reasons, honestly. We never should have approved all that money for your helicopter. Yeah, that did drain the bank quite a bit. I thought we got a better deal than we did. Being that it was a 2024, it was brand new. I think it's also the color that I wanted. Remember that gunmetal? It was like a matte gunmetal. Plus, it's a Tesla, but I thought that was going to save on gas. So I apologize again. I can't say sorry enough about it. That's hilarious. I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know what to say. I'm sorry I make so much money. I apologize. I apologize that I was a Scientologist. I apologize that you guys hate me. And yeah, I love me and Nat together too, Sassy Savage. We'll be on tomorrow at 4:30. No shit. If I was on here talking about my periods and letting everyone see my breakup in real life, I'm going to get paid. That is a fact. Danny Annie 7, that's right. Guys, read it and weep. It's the truth. It's the truth. If you're going to know how many cooter flaps I have, if you're going to know my ugly breakup publicly, if you're going to know that I have to get attacked by people about making money and, you know, becoming a working girl, I'm going to get paid. You're absolutely right about that. Amy Degg, thanks for feeding the trolls tax. Was it amusing? Not as much as I was hoping for. I really wanted an answer out of that friend of ours. Maybe he'll come back another time with things other than cheap ass riddles. Just to piss off the hater, cheeky brat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What a fun time. What a fun time to be alive. You show your bull baiting skills better than the politicians at election. I never thought of that. Well, I'll tell you, Panko, I'm coming out with a t-shirt that I bought the domain for. And I bought the domain. It's bullfight her. And it's going to be, because of all the bullshit and all the bull baiting in my life, I'm going to have a t-shirt that says bullfight her. Instead of bullfighter, bullfight her. Yes. Thank you. My bull baiting skills do come in handy. This is unbelievable. It was a battle of the wits, and our friend lost big time. I win. I also won the super chats that occurred today. I'm so sorry. I bet when I'm done with the stream, I will have lost another 50 subs, and I will tell you how much I care. 0. Yeah, it was terrible. So terrible. Aaron showed up and the troll ran away. That's true. Oh my God, that's true. Aaron showed up and that troll was nowhere to be seen. That's kind of funny. Well, Aaron scares me too sometimes, to be honest. All right. Well, on that note, we've done this for 2 hours. I am very honest. I am not a liar. I'm a lot of things. You can make fun of me for all kinds of things. I'm not a liar. I win. Thank you, Linda Garden Lady. I feel much better. Honestly, we hope they come in more. I'd love to have a showdown with these people. It's unreal. They can't give you an answer. We tried. You can't get an answer. Wow. Aaron scared the troll away. That's wild. All right. Thanks again, everybody. It's a good show. Good time. Good talk. Thank you for being here. Hit subscribe. You probably won't, and that's okay with me. I'm going to live my life, and I expect you to do the same. Stephanie Lynn, I'm glad you were here. I'm sorry I'm signing off. Dude was not making sense. Yeah, I would say the engine was running, but there was no one behind the wheel. Can I come get you in the Tesla tomorrow so we can go shopping at Bella's? Absolutely. Give me your address, and I'll just plug it into the GPS. It's a self-flying situation. Love you, Rowan Robbins. I love all of you. Thank you for sticking with me. Thank you, Troll, for showing up and not making a lot of sense. Next time, bring your A game. I'm sorry you couldn't actually be here. You kind of seemed a little checked out. Maybe you can do this again on the flip side. All right. Catch you then. Here comes Fred. Thank you, everybody, for your super chats. Panko, you're a huge part of my life. I'm serious, guys. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the wisdom. Thank you for the memberships. It looks like I'm going to get kicked off the board. I think I made too much money today. Go check on Social Blade, though. Take our friend at their word. Love you all. And Rogue Hedgie, you're hilarious. All right. Love you guys. I'll probably see you tomorrow. What a fucking wild time to be alive. Okay, here comes Fred.